Hi everybody, my name is Anastasia. I'm a bikini competitor. I had my bikini show about 3.5 weeks ago and I promised to do a Q&A this time, but I got a lot of questions about my diet, what I'm currently eating, what are my macros, so I will show you today everything I eat in a day. So let's start from the morning. Today I'm having some scrambled egg whites together with this little frozen spinach pods that I showed you in the last videos, and also one fried egg because I'm just adding more fats, as you know, and also my usual oats without anything, but I'm actually craving something sweet. Okay, I've just added 20 grams of lemon cheesecake protein powder and added a bit more hot water, and I'll mix it. It'll be like a nice lemony sweet porridge. I'm just craving something sweet, and protein powder is really the only supplement I'm using right now. I cut out all the BCAAs because I just feel like there's no point when you're eating so much food and you're eating plenty of BCAAs from your actual meats and your eggs. For lunch I'm making 2 little salmon steaks. They are 100 grams each, so it might look big, but I have to say that they're quite flat, just quite wide. And then I will put some kale on top. This is the way I cooked my steak the other day. So I basically fry salmon on each side for just a minute, and then I put the lid on top so that it all cooks thoroughly. For extra saltiness, I'm only seasoning it with liquid aminos. I'm not using any oil because salmon is already quite fatty. Otherwise, on a regular basis, I just use pink Himalayan salt. In my off-season, improvement season, fun season, I like to mix things up and have more different variety of meats. I'm having beef more, I'm having more salmon. Basically protein sources that I couldn't really have on prep. And by adding those fattier options, my calories of course increase, but otherwise I'm eating pretty much the same. I do treat myself with an occasional baked good like croissants or bagels, just bread things that I've been missing so much. For example, in my last vlog you saw me having like a breakfast bagel thing, which I really enjoyed. And whenever I'm going out with friends, I don't mind eating something off my plan, because even though I don't want to put crazy amounts of fat on, it's been necessary. And a lot of people ask me if I did reverse diet. I didn't do reverse diet. I did what I call recovery diet, where you just straight after the show you bump up your calories to maintenance, even surplus, because my goal was not to stay lean. I wanted to get my body fat quickly up so that I'm maintaining healthy amounts of weight, so that my body is in a healthy state immediately. And I know a lot of people reverse diet because they want to add calories slowly and stay leaner, but to me, I really don't care about staying super lean because my priority is always health. And I think it's a bit of a torture to stay super lean for a long time because you've already been depleting your body. But again, this is just my personal preference. I just like to bump up my calories, put on healthy fat very quickly, as you saw in my previous video physique update, and then just stay like that, having massive amounts of energy, be performing in the gym really well. And that works for me, not for everybody, because it does mess with your head as you put on weight quite quickly, but I like it, I prefer it. Now me and Lola are out for a walk, and I wanted to be completely transparent in what I'm having. I got myself a little latte and also this little shortbread from Cafe Nero. I'll put the macros on the screen, but it's about 264 calories. And this is how they look. As you can see, for ingredients, I looked at all the other ingredients, and they have the best ingredients. So they just have flour, butter, icing sugar. They don't have any added oils. Yeah, not ideal macros, but as a treat it works and it fits in my day. Yes, Lola, it fits in my day. And of course I'm calculating the milk in my latte. It's a hot day, yes. Now it's time for an afternoon snack, so I'm going to have some celery sticks together with hummus. I buy little hummus pots. Well, this is one is not actually so little. This is about 170 grams from Marks and Spencer. And the reason I get Marks and Spencer one, because this hummus doesn't have anything nasty, because a lot of hummuses, if you look around in some shops, have like weird ingredients, but these ones are very good. Some hummuses come in like quite big pots, 300 grams at least, and I know myself, when I'm off season I tend to finish the whole thing, whatever I'm eating, so I'm trying to ration my portions. And this, I just washed the celery. It looked like this before, so I washed it and chopped it into little pieces. So this will be my afternoon snack slash next meal. And hummus is quite high fat, but I just really love hummus. And whenever you're dieting, the #1 rule is to have protein in each meal, and hummus is not very high in protein, and celery has pretty much 0 protein. But that's okay, because when you're in off-season you can enjoy things like that. That is what off-season is for. So if I eat the whole pot, it will probably have 10 grams of protein, so not a lot, but something. I will see if I finish the whole hummus pot. I'll definitely finish all of the celery sticks. I also like to have hummus with carrots, but just felt like celery today. And celery is really good for getting rid of water retention. So on days when you feel bloated or you had too much sodium, I recommend it. I know that some people say the opposite, that celery bloats you, but for me it works really well. And I love eating celery raw. I cannot stand it when it's cooked, but when it's raw, I love it. Finished it. Now it's time for dinner. So I have here 150 grams of turkey breast mince, which is quite lean, about 2% fat. And then I also put chopped tomatoes, and this is very low in calorie. You can see half can has only 47 calories and 7 carbs and 2 protein and pretty much 0 fat. So what I do, I cook the mince a little bit with garlic. You can see the pieces here, and then I put the sauce. So it just gives it more flavor, and I will stir it like this. And usually what I have with minces whenever I cook them, I either have pasta or sweet potatoes, because I like to combine lean proteins with carbs, while when I go for fatty meats and fish, I go for veggies as a combination. I'm gonna let it cook a bit more. As you can see, I'm using medium heat because I don't want it to dry out too much. Another trick I use whenever I want a kind of a ketchup effect, I put some stevia, because a lot of sauces that are sold in shops have sugar, so I try to go for sugar-free sauces, and of course this chopped tomatoes, they don't have any sugar, and this will give it a nice sweet kick just for some extra flavor. And I've decided to go for pasta to go with carbs, so I'll measure 50 grams and boil it, and I will show you what it looks like in the end. And I'm using this one semi-whole wheat tortiglione pasta, and I like to use it with mince because whenever it cooks you can see holes and they fill up with sauce and mince, and it just makes it more delicious. Also, whenever you're scanning pastas, please be careful, because sometimes they put confusing macros, so double check. For example, here it says per 100 grams when it's cooked it has 165 calories, but when it's raw 100 grams it has 355 calories. Just because MyFitnessPal allows users to enter their data, so sometimes what you find whenever you scan a product is actually not correct. Or for example, now that I scanned pasta, it put the cooked weight, but you don't really know how much it's gonna weigh when it's cooked. So always like to weigh things when they're raw and uncooked and work from there. So when I have 50 grams of uncooked pasta, it doesn't look much, but it's gonna look quite a lot when it's cooked. This is another good sauce option. I like this brand, Lloyd Grossman, tomato and basil, and the macros are also pretty good. Ingredients are great, and per 100 grams you have 61 calories. And this is the beauty of off-season, really. You just can keep eating the same food what you usually have, like sweet potatoes or turkey mince, but you just add sauces that add the calories. So in a nutshell, if you're not sure how to transition in off-season and increase calories, you can just eat the same meals but add sauces, add butter, add oils, just add those extra ingredients. And this is how it looks in the end, my dinner. So it's type of a bolognese with turkey mince and pasta. As you can see, there's quite a lot of pasta, and it was only 50 grams when it was raw. Yeah, very filling. And I love this meal, just very classic, very simple. If I didn't have the hummus as a snack, which was extremely high in fat, I would probably have this meal with beef mince. But again, this is all about being flexible, and whenever you're going high in fat in one meal, you just go low in fat on another meal, and that balances itself out. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to find out what I'm eating currently. These are the macros I'm trying to eat right now, around 2000 calories. Some days I go higher on carbs, some days I go higher on fats, like today. But I'm trying to keep protein around the mark of 150, 160. My body weight has maintained itself in the last week, which I'm very happy about. And again, it's your choice whether you do reverse diet, where you're adding calories slower and you stay leaner, or if you want to do my method, where I just bump up the calories. I just eat in a surplus for a while, and then whenever I'm hitting the body weight where I'm feeling comfortable, confident, a lot of energy, I just stop there. I just stop eating in surplus, and from there I maintain. Of course, when it comes to my next prep, I would love to diet on higher calories, as anybody would love to. So I will keep around the same calories and macros for the next couple of weeks, and I will see how my body reacts, if it stays, if I lose weight, if I gain weight. And once I confirm that my body is not really changing anything, I will be adding calories slowly up. Let me know if you're in your off season, if you're just eating intuitively, if you're doing a reverse diet, if you're doing a recovery diet like me. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!